Red Stripe, Premier League. I miss one bag of gold medal pan me no. Red Stripe alone champion boy go. Pan a pour them a singing anthem. Red Stripe, watcha. Man shall I be the forward boy. Red Stripe Premier League champion boy score. Every goal when I run from boy. Red Stripe Premier League champion boy now. Pop down we run the marathon boy. The bush and never made it that the champion boy pan. Nah man I done a songsters boy. Red Stripe Premier League champion boy.
Germany! We run the football here. Germany! We run the football. Oliver! No, not you know. Yeah, something wrong right here.
That thing about that.
Just sit alone and play good. It's all box. And I can't. No man, I'm sure. Rocket. So all of them.
Okay, so welcome you here to the Harbour Mini Stadium. It's the first game of the third round for Harbour and Mount Pleasant here. And we're following up on the last game of the second round, which was right here, same time, same place. And the last time these two teams met, it was a 1-0 scoreline in favor of Harbour, the home team, who scored in the 92nd minute of play. Norman Campbell, the man, getting the goal there. So it's Harbour who are 9th in the table on 29 points, up against Mount Pleasant, who are 2nd on the table on 40 points. So it's Once again, they clash the stars of the East versus the men from the North, from the Garden Parish, as the ball boys walk out on the pitch here to the sound of the FIFA anthem. It's, as usual, windy, chilly conditions here at Harbour View as the teams make their way out on the pitch. Referee Okito Nicholson, the man in the middle tonight, has some interesting personnel changes in both teams, which we will tell you about shortly after the anthems and so on. The coach here from Mount Pleasant, it's Paul Teagat Davis, and his counterpart on the Harbourview bench is Ludlow Bernard. So it's the first game in the third round here as we're going to stand for the national anthem.
Harbourview, the host in the Golden Globe, entertaining Mount Pleasant Academy from St. Anne in their blue, red, and white strip. Could we ask you to stand for the playing of the Jamaica national anthem as our ball boys get in the correct position and facing the flag just to my left.
The starting lineup for the visiting team: Mount Pleasant in goal, number 40 Kadeem Davis, number 5 Ricardo Campbell, number 3 Ladale Ritchie, number 14 Sule McCullough, number 12 Latroy Leng, number 15 Kevin Isaacs, number 17 Ronaldo Rodney, number 25 new signee Jeremy Nelson coming in from Mollines, number 19 Cardell Benbow, number 10 Kemar Beckford, number 11 Keslan Hall. Substitutes: number 50 David Swaby, number 4 Alwayne Harvey, number 23 Ivan Taylor, number 18 Kevin Graham, number 24 another new signing Ryan Brown, also from Alliance, number 16 Francois Swaby, number 9 Daniel Green. And we told you before that the coach is Mr. Paul Teagat Davis. Now we go to the starting lineup for Harbourview, the home team. In goal, Tafari Chambers, number 13, number 5 Nicholas Beckett, he's the captain, number 29 O'Shane Staple, number 17 Johnny Talbot, number 6 Decoy Williams, number 21 Odeland Harding, number 14 John Luca Levy, number 26 Romario Campbell, number 9 Bebito McDonald, number 19 Macaulay Tullock, number 10 Norman Campbell. Substitutes: number 43 Akeem Smith, number 15 Romario Thompson, number 20 Mark Alvis, number 16 God Stewart, number 28 Sean Daly, number 30 Akwasa Chung, and number 7 Tevin Scott. Those are the squads. We give you the officiating party. Our referees are Keaton Nicholson, assistant referee number 1 Damian Williams, number 2 AR number 2 is Rolando Bennett, and the fourth official is Stefan Duar. Those are the lineups. The coach for Harbourview, Ludlow Bernard, and the manager, O'Neill Smith. So the story here, it's the first game of the third round. In the last game of the second round, Harbourview came away 1-0 winners in the death goal coming off the boot of Norman Campbell. And the story of this season is that Harbourview, from the 2 games played so far, they have won both games, winning by a similar 1-0 scoreline, once at Jacks Hall And last week, this time, it was at this very spot of ground, their home ground, that they managed to inflict their second defeat over the men in blue from St. Anne. So we're doing it again. It's a Monday night game. It's a live TV game. And both teams must be up for it as they seek to position themselves. Mount Pleasant, of course, trying to get back to the top of the table. Harbourview wants to move up a slot as they did well to get the win in their last game. So victory here for Harbourview would see them jump into the 8th spot, and based on the goal difference could also pass Tivoli Gardens, but most definitely they would get past Cavalier as early foul here. Romario Campbell, the former Mount Pleasant man, he's brought down to the turf. Story of the lineups here for Harbourview. They welcome back Macaulay Tulloch. He was in Central America, had a stint with the Guatemalan club, was also in El Salvador, and has returned here to his home club, Harbourview, and he leads the line in the number 19, Macaulay Tulloch, man to watch here. Call him Jimmy as we get the action underway here. So Mount Pleasant there in blue, Harbourview there in yellow, and Mount Pleasant kicking from left to right, and they're going up against the host Harbourview. Foul there on the captain Beckett, just pushes Beckford to the ground, and just in the first minute of play here, and 0-0 the scoreline, no goal mouth activity as yet, as ball comes in the direction of the man Staple. Now Mount Pleasant get it out on the flank, but the referee says ball went out, so Staple will take the throw here for the home team. Plays inside to Tolo. Tolo trying to get by McCullough on the line, but runs out of real estate as the ball is now inside with the new man, Nelson. Nelson pushes forward, still Nelson comes across lateral and shoots to goal, but straight in the hand of Chambers here. So his first shot as a Mount Pleasant player, the man Jeremy Nelson, and only managed to get it into the arms of the goalkeeper. So here comes Harbourview. Campbell now plays this one down to Harding. Harding back inside to Campbell. Campbell bounce off the defender there, Rodney. And now Nelson will take over for Mount Pleasant. Plays it across to McCullough. McCullough outside to Keslan Hall. Inside to Nelson. Back to McCullough. Here comes Hall now. Hall does well to win the ball here. Coming forward still Hall. Now he shoots the goal, but Tafari Chambers again won't have much problems and gathers on the second attempt as McDonald now. So sprightly start to the fixture here as Leng now with the ball gets it back inside to Rodney. Rodney controls now, looking for a pass inside, gets it to Isaacs. Isaacs now looks upfield inside Benbow dummies, but straight to the man Harding who read that beautifully, and Harbourview can't keep it in place. So Keston Hall just running at the defenders there, but 2 shots so far on target, but no problems for goalkeeper so far. Here is Richie now to Leng. Leng upfield. Dekai Williams will clear. And Tolo now giving Richie some attention there, but ball runs out for a goal kick to the Mount Pleasant team. So Davis takes the goal kick, comes to Campbell. Campbell now comes inside, boots this one now diagonally, looking for the runoff. Probably Benbow, but no one there to make connection as Chambers now puts the ball to the turf. Now takes it up and bowls it out to Staple over on the right-hand side. Staple inside to Levy. Levy now across to Beckett. Beckett, the captain, comes to Harding. Harding now receives, looks forward. McDonald was making the run, but they come to Tolo. Tolo takes it on the chest. Now he chips it inside. Comes to Romario Campbell. Campbell across to Staple. Can Staple get the cross inside? Numbers in the box for Harbourview. Yes, he chips it inside and pushed off the ball there, Tolo, but not enough in it for a penalty there, but just a little nudge from the defenders just moved him out of the space. But within the allowable tolerance level of the referee, so nothing there. So good build-up play there from Harbourview, moving the ball down the flank and getting the cross, but Mount Pleasant just weathering that storm as ball now is beat up the line for Staple. Talbot does well to just cover and clear. So obvious ploy here. Some route one stuff here. Ball now inside with Leng. Leng back to Benbow. Benbow back to Leng. Leng now chips it, but poor attempt at a cross there. And everything wrong about that. And just goes high and wide. So here is now ball with Chambers. It's a goal kick to Harbourview. Just about 4 minutes gone here in the fixture. 0-0 the scoreline. Harbourview, the home team, in yellow or gold, whichever one suits you best. And Mount Pleasant in blue as Benbow now. Slippery conditions in some parts of the pitch as ball chipped up the line now. Benbow now cuts inside. Still Benbow over on the line. Goes all the way back to Richie. Richie now across to Campbell. Square pass. Now it goes. Makala is on the line asking for the ball, but the defender won't go there. Here comes it to Leng. Leng slips, but comes inside the defender, gets by McDonald. Now Campbell gives him some attention. Referee signals in favor of Mount Pleasant. Here comes Beckford. He is second on the goal scoring charts here in the National Premier League, Red Stripe Premier League, with 11 goals, and couldn't manage to get on the score sheet against Harbourview in their last outing. And let's see what will happen here tonight as Chambers now boots this one upfield looking for Tolo. Tolo now being hounded by the man Richie. Richie is saying that he was hounded by the player but out of position. Good interception there by Leng, but Tolo now down the line. Richie now for company. Still Tolo. Chips it inside but comes as far only as to Rodney from Mount Pleasant, who gets Makala going up on the left-hand side. Still Makala comes across the halfway line. Makala with the ball now. Here is Makala into Beckford. Isaacs. Leng. Blocked by McDonald. Leng fights. Harding now controls. Cut out by Isaacs. Here is Mount Pleasant with Isaacs. Here comes Campbell. Rodney. Nelson. Turns now, but slipping all the time. Wants to make the pass, but here Isaacs. Still Isaacs. Back inside, Rodney. Campbell. Makala. Coming up the left-hand side, inside now to Nelson, who plays it across, finds him on Beckford. Beckford now inside the box. What can this be? Shoots the goal. Tafari can't save! But no doubt! And off the post again. And still can't hit the back of the net. And Mount Pleasant must be counting the amount of chances there. First it was Beckford, then Nelson, then Benbow. But still can't get that ball past Tafari Chambers in the Harbourview goal. And the men in blue must be wondering what's happening here at Harbourview. Last week, they couldn't find the net. Today, it was an onslaught. Beckford tried. Keston Hall tried. Nelson tried. Benbow tried. And guess what? The score is still 0-0. What a thing here at Harbourview. So, player down in the box. It's a Mount Pleasant player. And Nelson, the man, the new man here, Nelson. And it's this Harbourview defense, so still 0-0. As Harding now. So referee now just having a word with McCullough, with the captain actually, Ladale Ritchie, and Macaulay Tolo, and just telling them to keep it together now. Here comes ball played inside. Tolo now heads it forward. Here comes Leng off the hand of Campbell, and referee now makes the call. So Mount Pleasant with 4 shots on target, but not able to penetrate this Harbourview defense to get the goal. And as such, score still 0-0 here as Leng now to deliver this one. Chips it inside, high, and no problem there, but Chambers thought he had it safe, but had to make the save in the end. As Leng was going for a goal, Chambers watched it, and then he had to save. So now, here is Benbow to take this corner kick for Mount Pleasant. 9th minute, ball chipped inside. The heads go up, comes as far as to Richie. Richie now takes on the chest, wants to get it back inside, but he has Dekai Williams for company. And showing now. So now, here is Leng. Asks the captain to just allow him to come and throw that ball as they reset for the throw. Chilly conditions here as usual, as you feel the sea breeze of Harbourview, and Tolo plays this one outside, doing some defensive duties here for the Harbourview team. Here ball inside now with Rodney. Leng now chips it inside all along the ground, and Chambers now will recover possession. So good period of pressure for Mount Pleasant. Nothing to show for it. McCullough can't get by Levy. Levy now to Campbell. Campbell back outside to Levy. Levy tries to go down the right-hand side. Does well. Still Levy. Now he's being hounded by McCullough, but manages to get across inside. And Richie now heads it outside. Here comes Norman Campbell now. He's being hounded by 3 Mount Pleasant players. Isaacs. And he wins a foul for Mount Pleasant. So Luca Levy did well there. Went down the right-hand side. Challenged by McCullough. Fought and got the cross. And both teams showing some intent here. Mount Pleasant clearly with the better opportunities, but still 0-0 the scoreline here after 11 minutes played. Campbell now inside. Benbow can't control. Dekai. Williams inside to Williams. Williams to Campbell. Campbell to Beckett. Beckett outside to Luca Levy. Levy controls back to Beckett. Beckett now to Campbell. Still Beckett. Comes back to Talbot. Talbot controls across to Williams. Williams now looks for the pass. Is he going long? Chips it inside, but McCullough cuts that one outside. Here comes Isaacs, played it hard off the body off. Campbell come to Campbell now. Still Norman Campbell inside, but Tolos can't keep his foot in here. Can't keep his foot in here. It was a good build-up, good intent there by Campbell, but couldn't. So the players, the field seems to be a little bit slippery. Not sure if some water was applied before, but players from both teams slipping and sliding with the underfoot conditions here. Here now is Benbow across to Nelson. Nelson wants to square, but under some here coming inside now to the one. Benbow, and still saved again by Chambers. And Nelson now punts that one high over the bar. And the graphics here says no difficulty at all, but Chambers again called to do some heroics as he saved with the boot there. Here comes Talbot. So Mount Pleasant still not being able to score. And maybe that's the 6th opportunity. And we're just gone 13 minutes here. Nichols now comes, speaks to Kesanal now as the ball is inside with the man Romario Campbell. Beckett now goes across trying to get to Staple, but it's intercepted by Rodney. But Rodney runs away and leaves the ball here. Now it's with Campbell. Harbourview can counter. Here's Romario Campbell still coming down into the Mount Pleasant half. Campbell now plays it right side with Levy. Levy now wants to chip it, chips it inside, comes back post, headed out by Leng, but comes as far as to Beckett. Can Beckett shoot? No, he chips it inside to Campbell. Campbell wants to turn, but forced further back by the Mount Pleasant defense. Chip now over on the right-hand side. Good take there by Bebito McDonald, but he was offside. Or, well, no flag from the assistant, but referee Okito Nicholson. So, handball seemed to have been the infringement there, because for a moment we didn't see assistant Bennett with the flag up. So, after 14 minutes, 0-0 the score here. Mount Pleasant, the visitors, second place in the league on 40 points, playing against Harbourview, the home team, who are 9th at the moment with 29 points, as Richie now boots this one long upfield. Harding does well just to clear his lines. Comes now as far as to Nelson, the new man. He was the captain of Malines. Now he's in the center of the park for Mount Pleasant. Here comes Benbow. Now chips this one inside. Nelson can't get the better of Talbot. And now the referee obliges. Harbourview will get a free kick here. So Chambers now boots this one, looking for Tolo again. And Ladiel Ritchie falls to the turf as Tolo now will go down the left-hand side, chips inside the box. Still Tolo now, Tolo chips it across. Campbell was coming, and McCullough did well there now to clear his lines. Here comes Harding now. Harding again chips it inside. Beckett, still Beckett, comes across to McDonald. McDonald again. No players inside the box. Goalkeeper Davis now receives. Bowls it out now to the man Rodney. Rodney now can come forward at pace. Busy player Rodney chips it now to the left-hand side and gets the man Kesson Hall. Hall back to Rodney. Rodney inside, back to Hall. Hall will come to Isaacs as the Harbourview team now regroup, and easy interception there for the man Bebito McDonald. Now it comes inside with Norman Campbell, but Campbell can't keep possession here as Hall chips this one. Speculative here, and would be difficult for Nelson to get to that one as they toss in the corner now. Talbot manages to get it to McDonald, who comes to Romario Campbell. Romario Campbell now moves by one. Here still spins again. Comes now to Bebito McDonald. Here is McDonald now. Chips the ball inside, but only as far as to Rodney. Can Rodney now? And Mount Pleasant made them pay for the chips across for Beckford, but Chambers should be first to that one and gets it to Luca Levy. So end-to-end stuff here. Good pace to this game. 16 minutes gone as Levy now comes to Tolo. Tolo does well to hold up still Tolo, but looks to have been the turf there, but referee says he was fouling him from before and calls back the infringement here. So not a packed house, but a lively crowd here inside the compound, as lots of intrigue around this fixture. Mount Pleasant wanting to avenge 2 defeats, and Harbourview wants to assert themselves on this Mount Pleasant team. So Beckett now boots this one to the far post, headed out by McCullough. Will this be a corner? Yes, it will. And first corner here for Harbourview after 17 minutes. And Levy looks to be the man charged with the responsibility to. So, get the ball now crossed inside. McCullough at the back, and corner number 2 this time from the Mount Pleasant, the right side of the Mount Pleasant defense, left side for Harbourview as we approach 18 minutes here in the fixture. 0-0 the score line, and Luca Levy sprints across to take this corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Harbourview players in the box, 2 lurking outside the box as Bebeto McDonald tried a cheeky run, and it's a corner again. 3rd corner in succession here. Campbell lurking at the edge of the box. 4 Harbourview players inside the box as the ball comes across again, and now it's cleared by Mount Pleasant. Comes as far as Campbell. Campbell was with Mount Pleasant last season and would have been one of those who left at the beginning of this season and turned to Harbourview as Richie now boots this one long upfield, comes to Beckford. Beckford's off the knee but can't get it to Benbow. Now the ball is inside with Leng. Leng to Rodney. Rodney now to Benbow. Benbow chips this one but skewed off the outside of the boot. Saw the intention, wanted to get Kesson Hall going but off the wrong part of the foot there and went into the arms of Chambers. So 19 minutes here gone, 0-0 the scoreline. Harbourview, the home team, wearing yellow. Beckett now chips this one across to Levy, who has switched sides here. Luca Levy. Now it comes to Harding. Can Harding get it inside? No, he tries to chip it across. And no, but the ball falls to McDonald, who plays it over. And flailing goalkeeper there, not handling the conditions underfoot. Slippery out there. Both teams, not just one set of players, but we have seen the effects on both teams in terms of the slipping and sliding as Nelson now is on the ball still. Nelson looking for connection but comes back to Campbell. Campbell now looks to pass back to McCullough, but just some miscommunication here as McCullough trying to indicate to looks to be Hall that he wanted him to come further across. So as now the ball comes to Leng. Leng wide to Beckford, can't control, didn't do well on the first touch. Harding did well now to slide in. Here is Campbell now. Campbell chips it inside to Tolo. Man, Jimmy is challenged here by Richie, but still manages well to hold up the ball here. Still McCullough, Tolo. Now here comes Campbell, the man who scored the last goal as Harding now down the left-hand side. Gets it inside to Levy. Levy back to Campbell. Campbell will come to his namesake, Campbell. Now it's across to Beckett. Beckett now could shoot, but too much underneath that. And hit the sign which marked Gene Wallace here. So straight on the wall, hitting the sign for the Gene Wallace stand. And could be a relative of his, giving him some perhaps a good build-up play there by Harbourview. Good intent showed, albeit a shot off target, but good passage of play there as same ploy here being used by Mount Pleasant as this long ball from the back. And Tolo gives up that chase as so Tolo would be Tolo and Romario Campbell would be the 2 changes in terms of those who played in the game. Luca Levy did not start in the last match, but gets the start here today. As for Mount Pleasant, Jeremy Nelson would be the man who has come into this fixture. Didn't start. As a matter of fact, last week he was a Molynes player. And this week he is in the middle of the park for Mount Pleasant. So ball played now to Richie. Going long again inside to Beckford. Takes it well on the chest. Still is Beckford. Comes across now to Benbow. Chips this across for Nelson, but wasn't alert to that. And Chambers, no problems there as he takes the ball now. Comes across to the man Talbot. Goes back to Chambers. Chambers now just boots this one upfield. Better safe than sorry. Here is Campbell now. Heads this one back inside the midfield. Leave it challenged by Nelson. Here comes Beckford now. Still Beckford on the ball. And Harding climbing into his back, but does well to hold up. Good strong play there by the striker. Not falling to the turf as now it comes to Benbow on the far side. Chips it across trying to get Beckford going. Can he get there before Williams? No. And Williams just plays that up into the stands as the ball now is with Looks to be Benbow over on the far side here. McCullough now gets by Bebito McDonald, who is working both sides of the field, has been interchanging here with Luca Levy as Sule McCullough now chips this one across. Gets the ball! And wide again. Wide again. Did well. Free header. But maybe just the angle in which he was shaped dictated where the ball went. And the flashing header just went wide of the post here. You're just joining us. We are 23 minutes unofficially here. Harbourview in yellow. We are at Harbourview. The Stars of the East, as they are called. We're at the compound here in East Kingston as heads go up. No connection. No Campbell gets it too. Benbow can't control. Now Rodney across to Beckford. Beckford now wants to chips it inside. Chips it, but can Benbow get there? No, he goes across. Should be a corner. And yes, did well there. Good pace on this Mount Pleasant front line. Benbow did well to get behind the defenders and just made enough contact to get a corner kick. Nelson now going across, but Benbow sends him back inside. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 Mount Pleasant players inside the box now. None on the edge of the box as Benbow now to chip this one inside. Comes across. Goalkeeper comes and got a hand to it. And that was enough to get it outside of his area as throw now to be taken by Mount Pleasant. McDonald with the header, but Beckford now still inside. Beckford, but that one can't get over it. And gets it over the bar. And so 25 minutes here gone. 0-0 the score line. It's Harbourview in yellow versus Mount Pleasant, the visitors, in blue, as Rodney now does well to win the ball. Still Rodney, and now goes down on that challenge. It's second place playing 9th place here. 11-point differential between both teams. Mount Pleasant wanting to go back to the top of the table with 4 clear goals to surpass Waterhouse, but at least would join them on points, as Rodney now trying to use the chest to flick it inside to Nelson, but nothing there. McDonald now. Romario Campbell. Bebito McDonald. Norman Campbell. Romario Campbell. Still Campbell. Levy. Levy now. Does well, still Levy. Goes across to Decoy Williams. To Campbell. Norman Campbell back to Levy. Lots of interchanging in this midfield now as Beckett, Harding, back inside now. Beckett comes. Can he get it across? Chips it now. Played out by Richie Staple. Just tempering the ball there. Now McDonald chips for Staple. Staple on the outside, hounding McCullough all the time. And McCullough maybe was looking for a foul there as it comes to McCullough. Back now to Campbell. Campbell under pressure from Tolo. Tolo did well to force him into an early decision as Williams now boots this one upfield and should run outside for a goal kick. 27 minutes gone here in the piece. 0-0 the scoreline. Harbourview 0, Mount Pleasant 0. And so here is comes to the man. McCullough is a former national youth player here, and Harbourview homeboy as it comes across now to Tolo, but cut out now by Richie. Benbow did well to control on the tie, but pushed off the ball there. Yeah, really muscled off the ball. The fans say no, and referee Nicholson says yes. I'm the man calling the shots here as Campbell now trying to steal some land. But the referee says None of it. You do not have the title for that part of the land as the ball comes across now to Makala. Makala could have crossed but did opted to come back to Benbow. Benbow now, can he chip it inside? This one looks like a shot. And Chambers will have no problems as Beckford with his hands raised high, asking why wasn't that crossed inside, as now Harding comes to Romario Campbell, R. Campbell, across to N. Campbell. Campbell now controls, looks inside. Can he shoot? And saved there by Kadeem Davis. Had to fly to tip it outside the right upright. And Campbell, the man, received the pass from Romario Campbell. 2 dribbles and let fly. Kadeem Davis had to be at his best to just tip that one around the post. And Harbourview come again. Here is Tolo. Twisting and turning, wants to get the ball across, chips it inside. Davis again punches, and now Campbell will just punt it out as Beckford now tries to clear the lines for Staple now. Good pace on him and clears the ball and gives Harbourview a chance to regroup. Now it comes inside, it's with Kessler and Hall. Still Hall comes to Leng. Back to Richie. Richie now still with the ball. Comes to Campbell. Campbell to Nelson. Nelson inside. Still Nelson. So really end-to-end stuff here. Both teams giving as much as they're getting, as it's now with Benbow. Benbow on the far side comes inside now. Can he get it to Nelson? Nelson now controls. Still Nelson chips it across for the run of Benbow. Still inside the box. Ball looked to be a handball there. Just a hint. But none of the players on the field interested. So Benbow now fouls Luca Levy. Doesn't allow him to go past. He's telling the referee that that was a dive. But the referee already bought it, whatever Levy was selling. And free kick the verdict as Chambers comes across in the 30th minute to take this free kick for Harbourview. It's 0-0 at the compound here. Mount Pleasant in blue, Harbourview in yellow. Here is Rodney inside, being hounded by Levy. Still Rodney comes now to Leng over on this right-hand side. Leng looks across, gives it straight to Harding. Now McDonald inside to Norman Campbell. Campbell, one of the danger men here, and goes to the turf. Here's McDonald now. Back across to Beckett. Beckett to Romario Campbell. Campbell now chips it across for the run of Staple. Staple can go forward if he can control, but the first touch wasn't good. And Benbow now just plays it outside as Campbell is on the turf over on this the far side, as seems to be favoring his right ankle. And referee Nicholson comes over. So after 31 minutes, 0-0 the scoreline here. So here is now Richie. Leng. Richie. Diagonal ball. Can he keep it in play? Yes. No, he doesn't. And Bennett says it's a throw-in as Staple now with ball in hand plays it inside to Beckett. Beckett now across to Staple. Staple back. Looks to get it to Talbot. Talbot now just gets it to McDonald. McDonald, former Arnett Gardens man, comes across, was also at Barbican as this one is chipped inside. And Campbell now gets it back for Bebito McDonald! And that's the first goal! A beautiful setup here. Norman Campbell with the assist. And after 32 minutes, the home team Harbourview with a beauty from the man Bebito McDonald just curled that one around the goalkeeper Davis. Couldn't do anything to stop that one. And it's Harbourview 1. Mount Pleasant 0 here at the compound. So after knocking and knocking and knocking at the door, Harbourview have found themselves in the lead here at home. And not leaving anything late this time because it's just 32 minutes gone. And it's 1-1 the score line. Bebito McDonald with a beauty. And that one is fitting for a TV game. And that's the first goal of the piece here from the former Hornet Gardens man. And looks to be some problems in the stands, not so sure. Just saw a little commotion there, but nothing to trouble referee Nichols. So Mount Pleasant have it all to do here, despite the chances and the rumblings and the tumblings. Guess what? The score is 1-0 in favor of the home team, Harbourview, as Nelson now comes across to Isaacs, who chips this one long high, and Chambers has no problem there. And just catching practice there. Must have thought that was a ball from his coach, because there was no problems for him to collect that one, as he now puts it to the ground and chips it across. Isaacs can't control cleanly, but Richie will recover here. Leng now chips this one upfield, headed out by Talbot, not very far, but Campbell now chips it across. Nelson now inside to Beckford. Beckford back to trying to get Rodney going. Referee now plays the advantage. Here's the goal scorer, Bebito McDonald. McDonald now still on the ball. Under no pressure here. Now he comes back to the captain, Beckett. Here's McDonald. Comes across to Harding. Harding now, twist and third, still Harding. Under some pressure here, but cut out now by Mount Pleasant. Here is Keston Hall. Chips it inside to Nelson. Nelson dispossessed by Campbell. Campbell now, still Campbell on the ball. Live wire here for the Harbourview team. And making himself a nuisance for this Mount Pleasant aggregation. Scored at Jackson, scored here last week, has the assist for the goal, and still working very hard. 35 minutes here gone. 1-0 the score in favor of Harbourview. They are wearing yellow. They are at home. Live table here would mean that they would move to 32 points and pass Cavalier into 8th place. Here comes Mount Pleasant. Whatever the score is here tonight, they will still maintain 2nd place unless they can win this game by 6-1. Here comes Leng. We told you about the head-to-head earlier. It's 5 meetings between the two. Harbourview winning 3 and Mount Pleasant winning 2. So no drawn results so far in this encounter. And if we should go by the head-to-head, as a referee now gets himself involved and calls a foul. Maybe he's saying, I'm calling it back because I passed it to you. But didn't see much in that. So referee Nicholson says, listen.
The rule now, sorry. The rule now is that if it hits the referee, you can stop and drop.
Right, so just getting some information on the rules by experience. Mr. Carvel Stewart here just telling us that the rules have been amended. So if the ball comes off the referee, he has the option to stop play and give back the ball to the team. Granted that it wasn't their advantage. So good info here. Experienced persons in this Harbourview aggregation just adding some valuable information to our coverage here. So it's 37th minute we are into, and the traveling fans from St. Anne are wondering how they're going to score at Harbourview. But Harbourview seem to have found the remedy, as this one is headed now across to Leng. Mount Pleasant trail by 1-0. Leng can't get by Levy. Beckett now chips it inside. Tolo back to Levy. Good one-touch play here, but cut out now by Isaacs, who just stands his ground in the middle of the park. Cuts out now and gets to McCullough. McCullough over on the left-hand side. No support in the flank, so he has to come back inside to Rodney. Rodney can't control underfoot conditions. Here is Campbell now. Danger man now still. Norman Campbell comes across to McDonald. Chips it now across, but wanted it really to go wider. But McDonald was in the way, so he looks now, comes across to Norman Campbell still. But ball in the ear, not really where, and there's a cynical foul here. And could be the first caution of the game, but hugs the player so quickly that the referee forgets about the card. So something for the movies here. He pushed him to the turf. The referee thought about giving him the caution, But Kesson Hall said, no, referee, this is my friend. I'm going to hug him to prove it. And the referee says, no cards for you. Here comes Staple now. Coming down the right-hand side. Staple with one man to me. Cuts inside. Staple comes across to Campbell. Campbell can't turn to shoot, but comes as far as to the goal scorer. McDonald trying to curl. No. Chips it across to the back post. Macaulay Tuller comes across to Levy. Levy now into the arms of Kadeem Davis. Look good from the turn. And the fans here were saying 2-0. And it was a heart-in-mouth moment for the Mount Pleasant aggregation. But Levy only played it into his arms. So Harbourview, not the same strategy from the last game Monday night. In the first half, for the first 45 minutes, Harbourview were basically sitting behind the ball and playing on the counter. Now they are giving as much as they are getting, and they have a 1-goal lead to show for it. Bebito McDonald, the man in the 32nd minute of play. 7 minutes ago seems like ages, but Mount Pleasant still have not found their way back. Early flurry from Mount Pleasant, to be honest, but after the 10th minute, things balanced out, and Harbourview with some good opportunities and making one count as we go into 40 minutes. Jeremy Nelson here standing over the ball. The news is you might be just joining. You're saying Jeremy Nelson and Mount Pleasant is a new transfer, just came in from Malines and starting straight from the transfer window. So here is Nelson now with this free kick. Has produced some of these for Cavalier and for Malines. Now he comes, chips this one across far to the back post, and Chambers taking no chances there. Had to punch, and somebody down in the box. Looks to be Benbow, and nothing serious. So 40 minutes here gone. Corner kick from the right-hand side. And crowd of Mount Pleasant players inside the box here as they seek to force an equalizing goal here as we approach the final 5 minutes of the half. Leng now to cross this one inside. Ball comes across to the back post. McCullough over the top. And what is the referee calling here? Looks to be a goal kick. He blew the whistle, so. And goal kick here as 41 minutes gone. Second place. Mount Pleasant as Harbourview, the musician here, plays the song that personalizes, it personifies the score here. One Love. So Bob Marley just reminding you of the score in case you're just joining us. It's 1 love in favor of Harbourview. And for those listening who don't know what love means in Jamaica, it means 0 or nil. So 1-0 the scoreline here. 1 love, we would say, in Jamaica. Here is throw into deep inside the Mount Pleasant half. Comes as far as to Richie. Richie now to Campbell. Campbell. Benbow. McCullough. Still coming back here. Benbow. Still Benbow. Leave it now outside for McCullough. Chips it inside. Cleared by Talbot. And so they are so now here comes Benbow with the corner kick. 42 minutes here. Gone. Chips it now across to the back post. And goal kick. No contact there from anyone in particular. So Harbourview now saying 1 minute left. By our watch, we have 2. But let's see. They would want to go in with the advantage to force Mount Pleasant to come hard to get a result as we approach 43rd minute. Here is Chambers.
If the wing back is defeated, they must go.
Here comes now the ball. Benbow heads it inside. Trying to get Beckford, who is isolated there. Here comes now the man Rodney. Rodney across to McCalla. McCalla now inside. Still McCalla back to Rodney. Rodney across to Richie. Richie controls. Sees Leng on the outside but goes back inside to McCalla. Here is McCalla across to Nelson. Nelson can't control, but still Nelson comes back to Rodney across to Beckford, who chips it across, looking to see if he was onside. Still onside. Here's the man Benbow, but can't get by Staple. And now Bebito McDonald joins, and Benbow now still trying to go up the right-hand side. Staple falls to the turf. Benbow now comes down the line. Still Benbow comes across the line, chips it across. Talbot looks to handle the ball there, but nothing from the referee, and nothing to trouble the scoreline here. Just something for the fans to get excited, but still 1-0 the scoreline as Isaacs now plays this up the left-hand side inside to McCalla now chips it inside. Crossed by Harbourview. Look, Levy can't square. Here comes Isaacs, who boots this one off the head of Decoy Williams. Didn't know much about it, but did his job to clear his lines. Here's Isaacs again. Plays it across. Comes as far as to McCalla. Can McCalla get it inside? Gets it through the legs there. Now he chips it across. Looks to be handball. Referee says nothing but a corner. And yes, looks to be a handball there, but of course, Dickles is the man who is charged with the responsibility of making those decisions. And guess what? There's no VAR here, so no review in any room. The referee's call is final for now. And at this point, VAR not yet in the RSPL. Had this been another league, we would be looking at some men in a room looking at monitors. But can Mount Pleasant peg back this Harbourview team and force an equalizer going into the halftime? This should be the last kick of the half as it's chipped high, floated up inside. Heads go up. Talbot is the man on the ball there. Isaacs can't control. Look to the referee anytime now for the final era and the free kick again. And not a smart foul there by Campbell. Hero could be the villain here. This is a dangerous place to concede a free kick on the stroke of half-time. Lots of Mount Pleasant players, Harbourview players, asking for the whistle signal. Kevin Isaacs is there. Nelson walks away. Ricardo Campbell is there. And Kevin Isaacs looks to be the favorite. The captain, Ladale Ritchie, is there as Isaacs now. So there are many players lined up on the left-hand side, but I can tell you he'll be going directly for goal here. So Isaacs now. Can he get the equalizer? Can he get some good quality on this one as he steps up now and boots this one? But nothing there, and that's the halftime whistle. And we greet you at halftime, leave you with the news that Harbourview, the home team, they lead by 1-0, courtesy of a 32nd minute strike off the boot of Bebito McDonald. And that's the scoreline here. Harbourview 1, Mount Pleasant 0.
So as we get ready for the start in the second half, if you have lost your driver's license, we have a driver's license here in our possession for someone.
So you're joining us. We welcome you here to Mount Pleasant TV. It's Mount Pleasant on the road versus Harbourview. Prior to last week, Mount Pleasant 22 points they picked up on the road from their 40 points, but not yet picking up any points at Harbourview. 1-0 the score line in favor of the host Harbourview in yellow, kicking from left to right as we get ready to start the second half here. Goal scored in the 32nd minute. The official time seems to be the 34th minute, but we had it at the 32nd minute. And Bebito McDonald, the man, a beauty curled around. And of Kadeem Davis as Mount Pleasant now tries to find themselves back into this game. Here comes McCullough. Still McCullough. Inside. Isaacs across to Richie. Leng. Beckford. No call there. Still Beckford now. Again, seemed to have been fouled. Comes across Staple. And his shape was bad. Was sort of difficult for him to turn and clear there. So just played safety and only gifted a corner. Really shape and his space in the field, he was forced to just clear for a corner as Leng now chips one across. Poor corner again there from the right-hand side. Bimbo one time! Chambers! And still Mount Pleasant can't hit the back of the net. So this is all too familiar story here. The fans get excited, but the net, the onion bag, as they say, it's not shaking. Only by the breeze here at Harbourview. Here comes corner kick. Benbow chips it inside. Beckford across. Handball. And the referee points to the penalty spot. And guess what, my friends? No VAR to check. So it is a penalty. If he says it's a penalty, my friends, then it is a penalty. And Mr. Stewart will tell you. So the ball there played off the hand of the player. The corner came across. The goalkeeper, he came into the crowd, got injured, but the ball came off the hand of the player there. And the referee took his time and pointed to the spot. And oh how Harbourview would have loved to see the VAR here tonight. Could have been an overruled decision. But guess what? It's still 1-0 the score here. Beckford should be the man who will take this one to make it 12 goals for the season and to join DeAndre Thomas at the top of the goal scoring chart. So Mount Pleasant have not scored a goal on Harbourview all season. This is their third matchup. So after 180 minutes plus 45 minutes, you can do that maths. Now they have an opportunity to finally get a goal this season against Harbourview. And the man charged with the responsibility is the man in form. Romario Campbell seems to be telling Chambers what side to go to. Beckford, the man here, going for goal number 12 to join DeAndre Thomas of Dunby Olen on top of the goal scoring charts here in the Red Stripe Premier League. And is there more drama here at the compound as referee Nicholson now blows the whistle, sends Beckford on his way. Beckford now comes across and off the post and outside. So guess what? Harbour still keep a clean sheet against Mount Pleasant. And somebody is saying that Mount Pleasant will not score a goal here. And my friends, it's one of those things in the game of football that sometimes things just don't go your way at certain places, and Mount Pleasant, they are ruining missed opportunities here. So some of the spectators here saying it was not a penalty in the first place, and so the referee says, don't start it. That's what he said to the player there. And here comes now the man leaving inside. Campbell comes, and here comes the referee. Chambers, the goalkeeper, is down and seems to be struggling. Kind of early for him to be delaying the play here. So here comes Coach Ludlow Bernard, just giving some instructions to Romario Campbell. So Coach just reinforcing what he needs to happen in the field now, as Harbourview still leading by a goal to nil here. And just stopping our watches as well, we have maybe gone a minute extra before the time was stopped, as Harbourview take the opportunity to make some tactical adjustments and give some instructions. And so you are missing no action here, only to tell you that Harbourview still lead by a goal to nil. Mount Pleasant, they came back for the man. He missed a penalty in the 4th minute of the second half. Ball went under the crossbar and came back out. And Harbourview yet to concede against Mount Pleasant. So, getting a resumption here with the man Staple. Referee says to wait on the whistle. Ball now played across. Campbell pushed there by Norman Campbell, was pushed by Ricardo Campbell, and it's a free kick to Harbourview. And 50 minutes here gone in the encounter, as Campbell now standing over this one. Staple also there. Could be going for a run up the right-hand side. Campbell now chips it across to the back post. Beckett can't get there before Keslan Hall. And quickly taken here as Peter McDonald. And look good. Eyes lit up, but too much underneath that one. Trying to replicate the beauty he produced in the first half, but nothing near. That one may be a sleeping beauty, but not anything like he produced in the 32nd minute of this game, where he gave Harbourview a 1-0 lead, which they still hold. News of the second half is that Mount Pleasant have already missed a penalty, as Benbow now goes down under challenge, but the referee says ball first, ball first, and Sule McCullough remonstrating with the referee as Staple got the ball first, player last, and McCullough. So Benbow down under the challenge. No action yet from either bench. So still 1-0 here in favor of the corner kick to be taken by the man Jeremy Nelson. Chips this one now high, lofted and headed behind by Tolo. Just didn't take any chances there. And headed it behind. So plethora of corners here as Mount Pleasant, Leng, Beckford across, Beckett goes up, goalkeeper Chambers now gathers, and no problems there. We have 9 minutes gone in the second half. There have been some stoppages, we lost about 4 minutes so far, so not so sure what the referee has, but we have 9 minutes gone. We have already had a missed penalty. We have had 2 injuries. Harbourview not yet with an attempt in the second half, but that was the story of the first half. Mount Pleasant came out like a house on fire, but enough extinguishing was done, all again through the back of the player. And just some senseless football here. No need to run into the back of the player there, and nothing to gain from that, as Nelson now puts some pressure on Beckett, the captain. Decoy Williams boots it upfield. Campbell comes in front of Tola and crosses. Here comes Rodney across to Leng. Leng chips it forward. Heavy touch there, and should not be a problem for Chambers. Just too much purchase on that. Not enough finesse to get it in an area that would have suited his teammate. Here comes the goalkeeper, Chambers. Williams back to Chambers. Chambers now over into the Mount Pleasant half. Tolo can't make contact, comes as far as to Campbell. Boots it high up into the sky, pushed off the ball there. Decoy Williams, referee says play, and here comes Nelson now. Nelson tries to step over, but can't. Pass Williams. Williams now chips it forward, trying to get the run of Tolo. Tolo intercepted by Campbell. Comes now as far as to McCullough. McCullough will go across field to Richie. Richie now, still Richie on the ball. Plays it across to Leng. Leng inside with Jeremy Nelson. Nelson still hasn't really controlled the ball. Now it's down on the turf. Is he going back? No. Chips it now outside. And maybe saw a spectator there who was calling his name, and just obliged and played it into the stands there. And the Mount Pleasant fans who have traveled, they are saying no. Maybe they shouldn't have called his name on that play. Here comes now Isaacs. Nothing there. Oh yes, looked to be a foul. From our vantage point, referee really brought the crowd into it by delaying the call and just trying to play the advantage there. The crowd wasn't having it. Wanted him to blow immediately, as Staple does well. Good strength shown there by Staple. Can he get by McCullough? Still fighting all the time, and will go against him. But coaches will be pleased with the effort of the right fullback here, as Nelson now turns and looks inside. Still, now he's dispossessed by Norman Campbell, who has been the player of the game so far. Inside to Bebita McDonald, comes back across to guess who? Norman Campbell. Campbell now over on the far side plays it, but bad pass. Just a commentator's curse there, as Isaacs now comes to Nelson. Nelson not looking to the left side, chips it across, trying to spot the run of Benbow. Beckford can't get there before Luca Levy, and he wants to settle things now for Harbourview, but Rodney heads the ball but can't keep his foot in. Comes inside, cut out by Isaacs. Still Harbourview, and a heavy touch there by Beckett. Ball inside now with McCullough. McCullough will go across. Bad pass. Forces his team backwards as he comes now to Leng. Leng boots this one now diagonally trying to get Benbow, but only comes as far as Luca Lee. Really gave away the ball there. And as here comes Campbell now inside to Sule McCullough, outside to Rodney. Rodney down along the line. Can he keep it in play? No. And poor passes here. Here comes 13 minutes gone, second half. 1-0 score in favor of Harbourview, who are wearing yellow here, kicking from left to right. We are at Harbourview. Call this venue the compound, or the Harbourview mini stadium here is Staple now. Has done well this afternoon or this evening until that blemish. So still no activity from either bench. Normally at the 60-minute mark, coaches make their move, but not seeing anything as yet, as Nelson now boots this one long and high, and Kessler now can't control as Nelson now dispossessed by Bebito McDonald, comes as far as to Norman Campbell, back inside to McDonald. McDonald now cuts inside to McDonald, going past 3 players, comes as far as to Tolo. Is he offside? No. Backs across to Harding. That must be his first touch of the second half. And Kadeem Davis will control there. Hadn't seen Harding in the second half so far. Benbow moved off the ball by Staple. Still no card. Still no card. Here comes ball inside to Campbell, back across to Rodney. Rodney inside to Nelson. Nelson back inside to the man Benbow. Benbow now wants to make a pass. Comes as far as Isaacs. Cheeky play. Outplaying even himself there. And gave away the ball now. Tolo now will run. Here comes Tolo. Still Tolo. And foul there. And still not necessary. The ball was there. And substitution now being made. Mount Pleasant. And number 10, Beckford, is being removed from the game here. And coming in is number 16, Francois Swaby. So
he comes out, he's replaced by player number 16, Francois Swaby.
So Beckford comes to the bench, and Swaby now for his first action makes a run on the outside. Goalkeeper Chambers is there and gets there before Swaby, and now boots this one out for a throw-in. So here comes ball across with Rodney. Rodney inside to Leng. Leng back to Rodney and outside. Here comes a ball now inside. Bebito McDonald chips this one now upfield. Good pass with the outside of foot. Here's McCullough. Tolo now. Can he cut inside and get the shot? Tolo can't get the better of Campbell there. Norman Campbell now trying to get it over the head of Richie Beckford. And referee says play on as this one now comes across to Kessler Hall inside to Nelson. Nelson will get Benbow going. Benbow on his way still. Benbow can't get past Staple, but does well to recover. Benbow, 2 challenges here, and maybe we may see the first card of the game. No. Nicholson saying that so Benbow, maybe for the 4th time in the second half, goes down under a challenge, and it's still 1-0 here in favor of Harbourview. We have it that 17 minutes have elapsed in the second half. Just under half an hour to play still in this fixture. Bebito McDonald scored in the 32nd minute as this one chipped inside low. Here comes Isaacs, lines up, but now just tamely passes it back to a Harbourview player as Tuller now brings it far over on the left-hand side. Now he cuts inside. Tuller, the man, was in Guatemala before that, El Salvador, original Harbourview player. So just returning home here, and Chambers really has done well to thwart any thing that Mount Pleasant had managed to have. As here comes Campbell, loses out there. Rare mistake from the man Campbell. Isaacs comes across. He's beaten there by Campbell. Just tackles the breeze there as Campbell now comes on the right hand side. Comes inside to leave it. Leave it chipped inside. Can he get it across? No Harbourview player to make contact. And Mount Pleasant can counter if Jeremy Nelson can get the ball from under his feet. Looking for McCullough and they play it outside. Can't connect there. And now Campbell goes down. And just no connection there as a new player still trying to get the chemistry of the Mount Pleasant unit and stop the game here again. So here is ball. Nelson throw now, and what a tackle there, and first yellow card of the game. Nelson erratic and receives the first yellow card of the game here. So really a reckless challenge there. And yellow card there. So his debut for Mount Pleasant. And he's in the referee's book with a yellow card. Nicholas Nelson. This one now chip inside. Referee says foul. And here comes Levy. Beckett chips it inside. Luca Levy leaves it for Campbell. Campbell could go diagonal, but goes to the one. Bebito McDonald. Bebito McDonald now. Harding makes the run, but now he comes diagonal, and Davis just gathers here. Here comes Keslan Hall. Cups it inside, still Hall. Inside the middle of the field now, Hall. Comes across, gives the ball away. Here comes Ronaldo Rodney. Rodney now chips for the run of Swaby. Swaby now, good run. Can he get it across? And is it a corner? Yes. And referee says yes. Decoy Williams says no. But when the referee says yes, nobody can say no. So it's a corner here for Mount Pleasant. And corner number 6 as Benbow to cross this one. Runs away from it now. Leaves it for Leng. Hasn't been getting the crosses, and a poor one again. And here is Campbell, who did well to control. Pushed to the ground there by Campbell. And Campbell did well. Just to stop play as Daniel Green, the man, warming up now. As Ricardo Campbell to take this kick. Fari Chambers setting up a two-man wall here as 22 minutes gone in the second half, as now the ball chipped and comes as far as to Benbow. So Leng now across the goal, and no problems there for Tafari Chambers. So Mount Pleasant seem unimaginative there, seem to run out of ideas. And here comes Daniel Green being lined up. Former Harbour View man coming in as a substitute against his former employers here. And not sure who will come off, but we're waiting to see. Looks to be number 17, the man who is being lined up to come off. And the number 17 is Ronaldo Rodney. Looks to be the change that will be coming up next year is Keston Hall now going down the right-hand side. Looks as if he waited for the challenge, and now he gives the ball away to Staple. And substitution now to be made. Number 17, Ronaldo Rodney off. And coming in number 9, Daniel Green. And so here is McCullough. Hall. Across, but too much purchase on that again. Campbell now hounded by Leng. Throw into Harbour View. 23 minutes gone in the second half. 68 minutes gone here, all told. Harbour View 1, Mount Pleasant 0. Harbour View in yellow, Mount Pleasant in blue. Green can't get the ball off. Looks to be Romario Campbell. And Campbell now gets it to Harding. Harding turns again and now is dispossessed by Green. Green can't get by Talbot. And showing now to Mount Pleasant. Comes across to Green. Green now plays it across the goal area. Talbot plays it across. Comes to Isaacs, back inside to Nelson. Nelson to McCullough. McCullough now on the ball still. McCullough wants to shoot, but wide off the target there. And from our vantage point, always going wide. And nothing there to trouble. So here comes goal kick. Tafari Chambers, the goalkeeper, as the Harbour View substitutes. Put through their paces now, getting themselves ready to be introduced. 2 substitutions already made by Mount Pleasant and none by Harbour View. Here is Bebito McDonald to Luca Levy. Levy back inside to Campbell. Campbell now to Harding. Harding cut out by Benbow. And throw in here. 1-0 the scoreline. Home team Harbour View in yellow leading by a 1-0. Goal scored in the 32nd minute of play by the man Bebito McDonald. Here comes Green, the substitute. Looks to have been a handball, but nothing, says the referee. Isaacs now plays for the run of Hall. Hall controls. Looks further forward, still Hall. Plays it now to McCullough. McCullough wants to pass inside, not seeing any option, so he comes back. Comes to Campbell. Come inside now to Hall. Still Hall on the ball and dispossessed by Beckett. Ball inside now to Bennett, to Nelson. Goes down under a challenge. Here comes. Ball now with Richie to Leng. Leng to Benbow. Benbow now chips it inside and booted out again. Corner number 7 coming up for Mount Pleasant. And chilly afternoon here. Sea breeze of Harbour View as the Mount Pleasant hopefuls still optimistic. There's an optimist club in Harbour View, and maybe the Mount Pleasant fans should join that club as this one comes across. And poor corner kick again as Campbell comes inside now with Staple on the outside. Here is Staple now. First touch could have been better, but he chips it inside for the run of Campbell now. Campbell goes down under a challenge, but nothing, says the referee. Here comes Daniel Green. Dribbles forward, still Daniel Green on the ball. Rolls it across now, finds Sule McCullough. Wants to cross inside, and Talbot is there. And Talbot says, take a corner. take a corner here. Corner number 9. But no goals to show for it. Penalty. No goals to show for it. 4 opportunities in the first half. In one play, no goals to show for it. And still, Harbourview lead by a goal to nil. This one is chipped inside. Punched out by goalkeeper Chambers. And the referee stops the game here. And not sure if he called a foul or he's just stopping the game to treat the goalkeeper. But Mount Pleasant now lining up their final throw of the dice. And Ryan Brown now. The other new man coming in from Malines. And Chambers, former Clarendon College man, as substitution now for Harbourview. Romario Campbell. He's coming out. And the man Alves is coming in. So Alves has been a regular in the Harbourview squad since last season. And came on to get a goal versus Mount Pleasant last season. Here is a substitution now for Mount Pleasant. Coming off is Ben Bow, and coming on is number 24, Ryan Brown. So here comes Green now. Shifts this one inside, played out by Talbot. Here comes Bebito McDonald on the ball, and foul there. Manages to so here comes now ball to be played inside. So ball played high, headed by Campbell. Alves challenges. 2 boots, high boot there, and here comes Joe inside. So Mount Pleasant looks to have changed to a 4-4-2 now with Francois Swaby and Ryan Brown. And Green gone over to the left-hand side along with the man. And so Harbourview, Luca Levy. First caution for Luca Levy here and for Harbourview. And Luca Levy for Harbourview as we approach the half-hour mark in the second half. Harbourview 1, Mount Pleasant 0. Mount Pleasant have made all 3 changes. Harbourview still with 2 changes to make if they choose to do so. Here is a ball across to Richie. Ball comes inside. Talbot off the lap there. Nelson still being challenged. Rolls it out now back to Len. Can he get it across? Comes but poor cross again. Can't get past the first post. Comes now as far as to Campbell. Campbell across to Alves now, who plays it for Campbell to run. Campbell now over on the far hand side. Still Campbell cuts inside. Still Campbell gets by 1. Campbell now rolls it across, but too big. And the Tolo won't get there. And Pleasant nil. Here comes Kevin Isaacs. Chips this one. Over the top comes to Makala. Makala takes on the chest. Can he get across inside? No. And there's a debate about LeBron James and Bolt. But we are sure that Bolt is faster than Sule McCullough there. As here comes ball now, played high. Campbell doesn't miss much of those. Here comes Beckett now. Staple, Beckett, Staple. Here comes Tolo, Levy, still Levy, and foul as here comes McDonald. Looking for the support of Staple. Now goes inside to Levy. Beckett. Tolo turns. Tackled up by Campbell. Here comes Isaacs. Looking for the pass, but dribbled first and now gives the ball away inside to Francois Swaby. Now he chips it across. Good ball across to Kestanal inside. Cut out by Decoy Williams. Some stout defending here by Harbourview as Kestanal appeals for that one. And referee says it's a Harbourview throw. Here comes Beckett is down. Stout defending by Harbourview. And one more stoppage in the play.
I want to say thanks again to the Premier League club as well as colleague after the game.
Here comes ball now. Booted across. Here comes Tolo. Tolo inside. Boxed out now by 4 Mount Pleasant players. Comes as far as to Leng. 32 minutes gone. 1-0 the score. Here comes Chambers, goalkeeper. No problems for him there. As here comes. So here comes Mr. Nelson Isaacs. Just about 12 minutes to go in this encounter. According to our watch here is Ryan Brown. First touch of the game. Inside the box, still Brown trying to twist and turn. Chips it to the edge of the box. And nobody there. As he only manages now to set up Bebito McDonald, chips it, but no problems there for Mount Pleasant. Comes now back to the man. Chips now long and wide for McCullough to chase. Can he get there before Staple? He does. Here comes McCullough and Staple now boots that one outfield. Throwing the verdict here. Or is it a corner? Just checking to see. Just checking to see. And it's a corner. Daniel Green to take. So, corner kick now. Green from over on this far side to take the corner kick. Plays it into, can't beat the first post. So another poor corner as Brown trying to shoot one time and misses out there. And here comes ball now inside to Norman Campbell. So Harbourview just playing on the counter attack here. McCullough, Tolo! And just wide of the upright here. So Harbourview playing on the counter here. And excitement here. And I'm sure that the fans watching these two Monday nights games would not have been disappointed. Two very intriguing games here as Mount Pleasant search for an equalizer. Poor attempt at a cross here from Daniel Green. And it's all going wrong for Mount Pleasant. Players are kicking and missing. Players are booting over the top. And keeper down again.
Number 159, number 401, and number 142 come to me at the end of the game.
All right. So referee being hounded by the Mount Pleasant players who are inciting that Tafari Chambers is wasting time. Tolo now off the chest comes as far as to Nelson. Nelson now chips this one long for the run of Keston Hall. Decoy Williams with the timely clearance here. Here's Sule McCullough now. Chips this one across the box. Comes as far as to Green. Would control, but that's committed defending by the man Talbot. Put his body on the line there. Green, he controlled. Took the shot, but Talbot was there. Talbot again. Here is Harding. Boots it long upfield. So it's back and front now. Has a high boot there from the man Richie. Here comes Isaacs on the ball now. Still Isaacs. Chips this one over the top, but Staple cuts out there. Here comes Nelson. Still Nelson on the ball. Chips this one over the top, looking for Brown. Goalkeeper Chambers does well. And nothing there. And he will take as much time as he wants. Just getting familiar with the pitch. There, the goalkeeper. Just checking to see how much grass is on that part of the field as he plays this one now. Right at the halfway line, headed out by Campbell. Comes as far as to Hall. Hall can't get it to McCullough. McCullough gives it away. Comes to Campbell. Here is Campbell. Still Campbell on the ball. Comes across to Ricardo. Campbell comes now to the man McCullough. Inside to Nelson. Nelson goes back to Isaacs. Isaacs now wants to move the ball quickly but can't get an option. Now he goes to Leng. Leng over on the far side has Green with some width. Still Green now. Green wants to get by Alves. Fouled over there. Referee wants to wave the flag but it fell from his hand. And substitution here. Norman Campbell is down and they're lining up Tevin Scott to come on. So ball comes inside, cut out by Harbour View. So we're looking at about 7 minutes to be played. 45 minutes would have elapsed if we're not stopping the clock. Here's the ball comes inside now to Daniel Green. Green chips this one inside. Cleared again by Harbour View. Bebito McDonald off the hand there. Off the hand there. And so here comes Campbell now as a substitution to be made here. It's going to be number 16 to come on. And coming off is Norman Campbell. And Garth Stewart, the man here, looks to be a defender. Comes in as Isaacs now chips this one across. Chambers punches as ball comes as far as Isaacs. Isaacs boots it back up into the Mount Pleasant area. Hands go up, heads go up. McCullough now will chips this one across. Cut out by Isaacs. Isaacs now wants to swing this one across, but nobody to get that to. As Brown now being hounded by, and the high boot there. And Talbot gets a throw out. Just boots the ball out for a corner kick. I count 10 corners so far for Mount Pleasant. And still, after numerous attempts from last week, plus a penalty this week, still can't breach this Harbour View defense. Here comes ball now. Comes across. Daniel Green heads go up. Brown can't get there. Nelson chips it back inside. Brown with a flipping header, but no. Flick that header. So here comes Isaacs. Play across to Green. Green chips this one high, long. Brown comes up. McCullough! And finally, Mount Pleasant find a way to score here. The They were wondering if they could have scored. Daniel Green, the substitute, with a diagonal ball from the right-hand side. And in stoppage time, they have returned the favor to Harbourview to get an equalizing goal here. But will it be enough? Or will they be going for a victory here? Let's see how this game will unfold. We have just about 3 minutes and that stoppage time that we are playing in now as Isaac ships this one forward. Headed out by the substitute. Inside now to Nelson. Gets by the man Staple. Can he get it across? Luca Levy does well. Corner kick. And Harbourview wants to make a change. And all of a sudden the Mount Pleasant fans, they are back. Didn't know whether they were still here. But corner kick now. As Green to take. Chips this one. Inside the box. Heads go up, Brown heads down. Through the legs of the defender there. And throw in. So, and substitution here. Substitution here. And Tolo coming off. Tevin Scott coming on. And just about 2 minutes. So, ball inside. Campbell off the head of Scott. Comes as far as to Richie. Richie to Leng. Leng. Diagonal. Comes across as far as to Swaby. Heads it back across the goal. Comes as far as to Makala, the goal scorer. Makala can't get by Bebito McDonald, who has had a good game. And foul there. Good call from referee Nicholson. And so, not sure if Harbourview are going for the goal or playing for the draw. Mount Pleasant certainly look to be trying to force a result here. With just about 2 minutes left in the piece, here is Scott goes up. Headed by Makala. Nelson boots it further upfield. Sule Makala and didn't look like there was much in that. But Beckett fell to the ground as somebody who fainted. And the referee obliged. And quite comical stuff here as referee asks them just to wait. And Decoy Williams now will take this free kick. 1 minute, 45 seconds to go. And this is stoppage time. We were playing 7 minutes of stoppage time as Decoy Williams now plays this one diagonally to the edge of the box. And cleared now by Leng. Comes as far as to Harding. Harding can't clear here. Nelson now gets trying to get the run of Brown. Played out by Talbot. Here is Campbell. Heads off here. Tevin Scott. And infringement there on the play. Free kick to Mount Pleasant. So just over a minute left here in this encounter. And Makala now goes to the ground. And you can tell that he's really exhausted because with his team pushing for a goal. And the referee says he's seen enough. Referee says he's seen enough. And after 45 plus 7 minutes, it's Harbourview 1, Mount Pleasant 1. Harbourview scored last week to score in the 92nd minute to win the game. Sule Makala today turned up in the 95th minute to equalize for Mount Pleasant, who move now to 41 points. And second place consolidated here, whilst Harbourview, they remain in 9th spot with 30 points. Another good game here. Goals coming in the 32nd minute for Harbourview by Bebito McDonald, and in the 95th minute by the man Sule Makala getting the equalizer for Mount Pleasant. And 1-1 the scoreline here. After the end of the piece, it's Harbourview 1, Mount Pleasant 1. Game nice, 2 game then nice. Game nice. Big boss, you know, say cameraman tell me score before you start with the camera. Man saying dream last night. So we score man.
September and last week.
8 shots attempted on goal by Harbourview, 3 of them on target. 14 shots attempted on goal by Mount Pleasant, 8 of them on target. 29 fouls in the match, 16 of them coming from Mount Pleasant players. 1 yellow card each in the game for both teams. 14 corners forced by Mount Pleasant, 7 by Harbourview, and Harbourview had more time on the ball, 55%. And Sula McCanna is our man of the match with George Davis.
Thank you, Lance. I'm here with our man of the match, Sule Makala. His header meant Mount Pleasant, who are steering a second consecutive defeat against Harbourview in the face, leave here with a point. Sule, this trophy is yours. Well, first of all, tell me about that header.
Well, you know, I always put myself in good position so I can help my team.
Last week disappointing, this week perhaps disappointing again.
Yeah, I'm disappointed because, you know, from first half we've been getting a lot of chances, but failed to put them away.
Based on where you are on the table, though, you are satisfied with where you are and that you can maintain this position, securing playoff football?
Yeah, kind of comfortable, yes, but we want to be number 1, but kind of good where we're at.
Congratulations on your award and better luck next time.
All right, thank you.
Sule Makala there, the man of the match, walking away with the trophy. So 1-1 at the end of the game. 7 days ago, it was 1-0, Harbourview, the home side. Walking to the shot, Paul. Well, I just want you to tell me, how did the game look from where you sat on the bench?
It was a beautiful game. To be honest, it was fast, attractive, end to end, you know, and that's how we in the first half we should have won the game, take it in front of them, you know, but we missed up. They score and put on a little pressure. The last 25-30 minutes, I think we pushed them back, you know. So we look the fitter team then tonight.
Absolutely. So well, better luck next time.
Definitely.
Paul Davis here, thank you. The coach of the Mount Pleasant team, technical director, to give him his full title. The head coach of the Harbourview Football Club walks in. Coach, last week it was you with the late sucker punch, and this week you're the victim.
Yeah, man. I guess Mount Pleasant had no other choice but to really throw everything at us and really hope for the best, you know. I think we were a little bit of inexperience got our wing back in the play, you know, and he got blocked out. But such is life. I think we were very valiant in defense. We would have wanted the insurance, but we expected Mount Pleasant to really be piling the numbers, and they have quality players, you know, so if we slip, we know we're going to get hurt. But it was a good thing that we got the goal from early. It could set the tone for the game. But all in all, I like what I got from the boys from early, and I think this is a good platform to build on.
All right, Coach, better luck next time.
Thank you very much for your time.
That's Ludlow Bernard, the head coach of Harbourview. That's it for us here at the Harbourview Mini Stadium. 2 consecutive weeks, Mount Pleasant and Harbourview. Last week, the home team won 1-0. This week, a late goal from the travelling team. 1-1, the final score.